Welcome, Diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners-Watson.
And I'm Frankie Uri Gibbs.
And welcome to round 2 of the Truck Takedown.
There was some stunning driving last week, but we saw Rubber Charm take the top points with a perfect run in 1,500 points.
So this week, it's the same teams, but we're switching up the truck. This week, it's going to be the Tesla truck that Sam is driving, and the Tesla now sits in the outside lane because that thing is crazy fast.
And on top of all that, we've also upped the points. So if you stop the truck this time, it's 2,000 points. If you finish before the truck, you get 500 points each for every car that crosses ahead. If you finish after the truck, you get 25 points per car. If the truck finishes before the cars, you lose 500 points. If you knock the cops loose from Bogan Alley, then that'll cost you 100 points a car, and if you land on the sweet flatbed at the end of this single lane jump, you get a whopping 3,000 points.
That is a huge amount of points, but you must land on the truck and stay on the truck right to the very end.
But that's why the points are so big, it's a big gamble. Alright, first up, Team Jesters last week finished with minus 425 points. Can they do any better this week?
So we've got the Goomba, Impalinator and Longhorn in the inside lane, the Tesla truck in the outside, and he's followed up by Full Monty. Goomba getting out to an early lead here, tries to block the truck. The truck goes to the inside, hits the wall, knocks his load loose, and he's flipped over on the dogleg out of Bogan Alley.
What a start!
Marcus Fargon and Impalinator 2 here, making a run for the finish line to chalk up some extra points. The team have already cracked up 2,000, and looks like he's going for the jump. Oh, he just falls short of the tow truck, but what a move, and the trailer's still going.
Well, there's so much action in his first race. Let's go back and have a look at how it all started. So the Goomba took the inside line, that forced the truck to stay wide, which slammed him into the barrier, and that just shunted his load loose.
And unfortunately, it was Full Monty there that let the cops loose as well.
But at least one of them was kind enough to help Longhorn slow that trailer down and pull it to a complete stop.
And how about Marcus going for those maximum points?
Yeah, he set himself up right at the start. It was a good line, but unfortunately he just didn't quite have the herbs to get there. But he still picks up a bonus 500 points, so the 2,000 for the truck takedown, 500 extra. Unfortunately, they loosened 2 cops, and when you take off the original score, they end up on 1875 in the positive, and that's a great way to start it. So congratulations, boys, you're now officially at the top of the table, beating out Team Rubber Charm.
Well, there's plenty of racing to go as we move to team number 2, the Death Rabbits. They finished on minus 250 points last week.
And it looks like they're starting with the same setup. Toxic behind the truck, then Mustang, Resurrection and Maverick taking the inside lane.
Mustang jumping out ahead of the truck just like last week. Resurrection getting ahead of the truck and putting the block on him. Sam playing dirty here. Both cars now trying to block out the truck.
Well, they need to stop him if they want the big points.
Looks like Mustang's going to take the win. Damo in second place, and Resurrection gets nailed by the truck. Toxic goes for the truck jump and just falls short.
I'm not sure what Maverick and Toxic were doing there. It looked like they were trying to take each other out. Luckily, they didn't let the cops loose. Then up front, you got Glitch and Damo chalking up 500 points each, and Damo getting wicked hit there from the truck as he crossed the finish line, and Toxic making a great effort at the truck jump.
He was so close.
That would have been spectacular if he'd made it, but he just didn't quite have the guts there. He should have given it the beans.
So Death Rabbits get 1,025 points for this round. Taking off their original score, they end up on 775. That's not going to be enough to take down the number 1.
Remember, if you are enjoying this racing, why not check out our memberships and get full access in behind the scenes? Learn how we design tracks, how we test them, plus lots more. There's a link in the description. Check it out.
So Death Rabbit's not able to take down the current champs, the Jesters, with that whopping 1,875 points. Will Team Oldies do it?
These boys are going to have to jam the truck up real good because they're already 400 points down, and it'd really help if someone could nail that truck jump as well.
So Old Gnarly's going to be leading them out. Behind him is Bandit, then Hat-Trick, and behind the truck and lagging well behind is Old Dirty. Oh, down goes Bandit. This is not good. Over goes Old Gnarly, but he gets back on his wheels. He's now face to face with the truck. I would not want to be in that position. There goes Stuntman Sam around the outside, but Craigster Senior doing all the work by himself here.
You can do it.
In comes JB, knocks the truck loose, but luckily he gets caught up on the ramp. Here come the cops as well. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Gnarly there with a very gutsy move, holding up the truck. He got out in front, was under all sorts of pressure. Bandit couldn't handle the pressure there. He got knocked loose. I don't know what Old Dirty was doing. He just flipped over and knocked all the cops loose, not helping his team at all.
Well, luckily Craigster Senior and Old Dirty there, taking it upon himself to take the truck down all by his lonesome. I can't believe he did that.
And I can't believe that JB nearly threw away all that hard work. Look at this, he comes clowning in. I don't know why he took down Craig's Senior there, but luckily the ramp was right right there. The truck couldn't clear it, and so they pick up the 2,000 points.
Unfortunately, with Wally Champ and Old Dirty knocking the cops loose, they lose 300 of those points, so 1,700, and they started with minus 400, so that leaves their finished score at 1,300 points. A great effort there from the Oldies, but not enough to take down the Jesters yet.
The Jesters certainly set the bar pretty darn high. That was a great effort. Now the Inlaws have got a great shot here. They're only minus 175 points. I think they've got a good crack.
So we've got Big Mike and Your Mum up front. Behind him, we've got Wildfire, driven by Mike Murphy. Then Arlo driving Highwayman, and finally Papa Pugsley in the green Mustang.
It looks like Your Mum's getting all up in the truck there. Wildfire also adding in, trying to stop him. Oh no! And the truck goes right up the inside of Your Mum.
Phrasing. Big Mike trying to recover. Can he get around the truck? It doesn't look like he's going to do it. He goes for the stunt jump, but he can't make it. He pulls off to the side. Slimer comes through, flips over at the finish line, and it looks like we've got some random cops coming down the track. That's not going to be good for the score.
This team did a great job last week, but they completely fell apart this week. Big Mike and Your Mum and Wildfire there doing a great job trying to block the truck. Arlo completely lost the plot, knocked them loose. Wildfire flips over. Big Mike let the truck go right past him, and then it looked like Big Mike was going for the bonus points, but he pulled out too early and flipped Your Mum on her back and had to hold on till she stopped sliding.
An all-round shocking effort from the Inlaws, minus 750 points. And when you take off the original score, they've gone backwards again, minus 925 points.
Looks like the Jesters are laughing all the way to the end here.
Well, there's still plenty of racing to go, and now we're getting into the Outlaw teams. First up, it's Team Dirty Mouse.
Digger Rose driving Dirty D, and Summer Pan driving Mrs. Mouse here. And Mrs. Mouse is going to lead them out and see if she can block the Tesla.
Well, she certainly threw everything into it last week. She made the sacrifice, but it looks like they've got caught up in the tunnel. The Tesla truck has got out to a massive lead already. They are going to struggle to catch up. Oh, Mrs. Mouse goes down. That is not good for this team.
But Stuntman Sam doesn't care. He is just going to take this truck all the way to the finish. You know, I thought he was going to try and jump that onto the flatbed there, but I see he pulled out just in time.
So a shocking run there for Team Dirty Mouse. Summer Pan lost control through the second dog leg, and Dirty D got stuck in behind, so that's minus 500 points. When you add that to their original score, they also go backwards, now on minus 750 points.
Team Jester's made it look so easy right in that first race. I thought everyone's going to clean this up, but wowzers, they are just streaking away from everyone.
All right, next up is Team Rathook. Daddy G and Ratbird and Audio Flyer driving Nighthawk.
I'd expected big things from this team last week, but they let me down, unfortunately. Hopefully they can get it together this week. They're both pretty quick.
Well, then we've got Nighthawk trying to get in front of the Tesla. He's pushing it into the wall. Nice move there, gets ahead. Now Stuntman Sam is going to pressure him all the way to the finish line here. Nighthawk looks like he's going to keep it together. Is he going to go for the jump? No, he doesn't. I don't know why he pulled to the side there. That was a perfect opportunity. Here goes Daddy G and Ratbird, but he is ridiculously slow.
He clearly wasn't listening at the briefing. I said land on the truck, not park under it. Crikey.
Well, it was, I suppose, an effort. Not a very good effort, but he does pick up 25 points for at least crossing the finish line. But that is not really going to help them.
Well, Nighthawk managed to pull up 500 points. Daddy G adds a measly 25 points. With their last score, that only puts him plus 75 points in total, and that is still not enough to take down the Jesters. I think these guys are going to take it out tonight.
Well, next up is one of your favourite cars. It's Vagabond, driven by Big Mac, and he's joined by Baby Cookie driving Curbside.
It's a very smart move, putting the car with the flames in front, let him blaze a trail ahead of the field and block the truck out.
Well, he didn't do a great job last week. Let's hope he can improve this time. So he gets into the lead. Baby Cookie tries to knock the truck, but he gets bounced off into the cop cars. And there goes Stuntman Sam right past Vagabond.
Vagabond, no!
Big Mac is going to need a miracle here if he's going to catch Sam, and he is not going to do it. Sam takes the win. Vagabond will pick up 25 points. Here comes Nighthawk. No, it's actually a cop car.
Unfortunately, when Baby Cookie bounced off, she knocked the cops loose and stalled herself out. So not only did she not make any points herself, but she also gave away another 200.
Well, it looks like she tried to make up for that mistake and tried to power on through, but unfortunately just didn't have it in her.
So disappointed with Vagabond. I can't believe Big Mac let the truck drive past. Minus 675 points. And they end up with minus 1,125 points. They do realise this isn't golf, right? Where you win by having the lowest score.
Well, it looks like Team Jester is actually looking good. There's only 2 more teams to go.
Well, next up we've got Mr. Dark and Hawthorne Sung for Team Beautiful.
So Hawthorne Sung driving Munted is going to lead them out, and Mr. Dark and Diabolical takes up the tail gunner position.
These boys are going to have to give it the beans if they're going to get ahead of the truck.
Well, Munted, obviously listening to you there, jumps out to a good lead. He's going to try and slow the truck down and let Mr. Dark catch up. Oh no, he starts to spin. Sam goes right around him. Munted caught with his pants down there. Mr. Dark doing what he can to try and get ahead of the truck, but he is not going to be able to do it. Sam blocking the road. And here comes Munted. Munted nails it! Munted nails the stunt jump. I did not think anyone was going to do that.
Wowzers, what an absolutely crazy run there from Munted. He was out in front. I thought he was going to block Sam out, but then he blows it coming out of the exit to Bogan Alley. Sam drove right by him, but boy did he make up for it. What a bonza move right at the end here. Look at this. He pulls wide, sees his opportunity, he jumps in it and leads it so sweetly.
You're right there, mate. It sounds like your voice went up a couple of octaves.
It's just so exciting.
Well, that was ridiculously impressive from Munted, and what a time to do it right at the end there. That was a superb jump. I can't believe he managed to hold on. I thought he was going to go wide.
He did come at it from a bit of an angle. You see him cut across from the other side of the track, but holy smokes, he nailed that.
And that is going to shake the scores up. So because the truck won, they lose a few points, but they pick up 2,550, and after their other scores deducted, they still end up on 2,100 points, and that now takes them into the lead.
Gosh, that race had everything. Incredible overtakes, tight racing, and the best stunt of the night.
It's time for the last race of the night. Team Rubber Charm on 1,500 points. The leaders last week, can they do it again, or are they going to go backwards this week?
Well, you really can't count your chickens till they've crossed the road.
Okay. Rubber Toe jumps out. Kit KM's going to get into the side of the truck here. Both of them putting the block on. Are they just going to go for the 500 points? No, Rubber Toe spins his car around and he starts to add the block on. They get Sam sideways. They're dragging the truck to a stop.
Get it, boys.
And they've done it. They stopped the truck, but here comes a cop car they knocked loose.
Oh, this could be bad.
He nails them, but luckily doesn't get the truck going, so they're going to pick up 2,000 points here.
These boys make such a good team. Just look at the precision in that driving. And then they decided to go big. They could have just taken the 1,000 points and ended up with a win, but they wanted more. Look at this. They just dragged that truck to a stop. That was a brutal maneuver and well executed yet again.
Bit risky leaving it to that last corner. That cop could have changed that result quite dramatically, but they lost 100 points, so overall they pick up 1,900 points, add that to their other 1,500, and they end up with a whopping 3,400 points and take over the top spot.
Considering there are only 2 cars there, they have thrashed this field. Those boys are proving why they sit at the top of the Outlaws list.
Well, there were plenty of opportunities for teams to take them down, but they just didn't have what it took tonight. Some great racing from Rubber Toe and Kit KM yet again.
And what a phenomenal way for Rubber Toe to celebrate his birthday. Happy birthday, mate.
All right, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's racing. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you for the big finale next week.